Alright, it's a big day. Snow's at the airport.
But I'm not leaving. Picking up Todd, Curt's long time friend. Fabian just dropped us off. We got to go down the escalator to the international arrivals, and we got to wait on him to get through immigration.
Alright, so Todd's getting his first authentic Colombian experience in the morning here. I guess it's not his first, but the guy's coming around selling piñas and aguacates, and he wants a piña. Es pequeño, no?
Two bananas.
Whatever you want.
Dos.
Oh, look at Todd busting out with the Spanish. 7.
Curt and Todd, his friend from the United States that's here to visit, have gone down to Centro. Curt is starting to show Todd around this cool city of Medellin, and I am at physical therapy, but do not worry, I did not have to go by myself.
Hello.
Since Curt is with his buddy Todd, Santiago is helping me with getting here and back, and of course, we have Stephanie. So we're about to go in and do one of these hospital physical therapies. Y'all cross your fingers that it doesn't hurt too bad. Un hipopótamo, 2 hipopótamos, 3 hipopótamos, 4 hipopótamos, 5 hipopótamos, 6 hipopótamos, 7 hipopótamos, 8 hipopótamos, 9 hipopótamos, 10 hipopótamos. Perfect.
It's good.
We're working on the balance, guys, and it's a pretty scary thing because it's scary that you may fall and hurt the knee. But I'm standing on this wobbly thing and counting to 10 hippopotamuses. Doesn't hurt, so that's good. Backwards, stupid seal. Una. Dos. No, that's uno. That's ¿Cuántos? Dos. 10.
It's good. Muy bien. Va, repeat.
All right, so finished with today's physical therapy session at the hospital. It was a lot of putting 100% of my weight standing on the one leg with the new knee, a lot of balance work, really worked my calf muscles and my thigh muscles like crazy. I mean, they are like quivering tired. So I'm back at the apartment. Curt and Todd are still out adventuring around the city. I'm so excited he's getting to have a good time.
Morning, everyone. So Todd and I are headed out on our first adventure, but today we're going to try the public transportation system, the metro. We're going to go around and I'm going to give Todd a good look at the city, both the center and the outskirts and up into the mountains. So we're covering a lot of territory today, but right now we're headed over to the metro station. So I'm pretty excited. My buddy from the US has arrived. Todd's gonna be here for 1 week, and I promise you, we are gonna show you the town. Now, when we planned this vacation a while ago, we were hoping that Snow's knee was gonna be okay, where she could at least join in some of the lighter activities. And now, as you guys have been following along, you know there was some early delays, which kind of pushed us back about 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks. And so unfortunately, she's not going to be able to go on some of our crazy activities, some of which we've already done, some of which you guys have not seen. But I'm super excited to run around this city. I've been waiting to show you guys Medellin. This place is amazing, but because of the surgery, because of the doctor's office, all the stuff that we had going on, we weren't able to properly explore the town. But I assure you, in the next 2 or 3 episodes, we're going to do just that. We're really going to show you what Medellin's about and what also you could do if you wanted to come here for a week, for a vacation or more, or just get an inside look of all the fun things to do in Medellin. So you'll want to click the subscribe button, because we're not going to be able to get this all in 1 episode. It's going to take 2 or 3 episodes, but we're going to show you this area. So right now we're getting on the metro. We're heading up the cable cars to RV Park. The last time we went up there with Snow, it was right before surgery, sort of our last adventure. We met some other overlanding folks and had a wonderful time. Some of them have moved on to Mexico. Some of them are still here. But anyway, because of all that, we didn't get to go on the hike up at RV Park. And so that's where we're headed right now. But don't worry, when we get done with the hike, we're not done. We've got to go back to Centro, and I've got to show Todd the mayhem of downtown Colombia. Well, we're on the cable cars. We're headed up to RV Park.
I used to be afraid of monsters sleeping under my bed. Then I woke up and realized they were living inside my head. Whatever you do, just don't look down. You won't know what's out there if you don't find out. Good days start right now. Good days start right now. Good days start right now.
All right, so we had to get some lunch. What you got here, Todd? You got rice?
Rice, piece of chicken, some chorizo. This kind of looks like a piece of bacon, like
So
pork
that's
belly or something.
chicharron.
Chicharron.
That's a little
plantain.
arepa.
I don't know what this is.
That's an arepa.
What's that?
It's that little corn thing. So they come in all different shapes and sizes. So it's like a little corn tortilla type deal.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So you got some rice. What's that thing?
Oh, this is a cold, kind of like a cold potato, carrot, and pea salad.
Is it good?
Look very tasty.
And some soup too.
And bean soup.
All right, there you go.
What are
Looks
beans,
pretty tasty. Frijoles.
Frijoles?
So we're up here at Parque RV, and last time we kind of ran out of time and didn't end up doing the nature walk. We had met with some friends. So today we're actually going to do the nature walk. So it's supposed to be about an hour hike up through here. So let's see what's going on. It looks like, and I don't know if you guys remember, but this is a little bit cooler temperature than down in Medellin. So the temperature right now is probably, I'd say, what, about 60, Todd? 55 to 60. So Todd, it just so happens, is a director of a forest preserve up in Illinois. And so he's definitely got a lot of experience up in the nature, identifying the various flora and fauna in the forest. Although he is seeing some stuff here, I think, that he hasn't seen, but he but he is holding his own. There's that bromelia. These are from Florida. We have those. All right. So it comes up through the garden. Oh, wow. Cool. Real thing in hiking. What goes down must go up. Yeah.
If you're wondering, this is a loop trail. And the cool thing about that is we're always looking at new stuff and the terrain is changing. Now this is a little bit more than a 2.5 mile trail, and it's got about a 500-foot elevation gain. We, in the first half, what you guys already saw was the downside, and now we have the opportunity to walk back up the hill. We're walking up where the rain has just cut away a path in the red clay, and then I always love when the roots of the forest floor are exposed and you can just see how they're spread out to hold up these massive trees. But this is a really cool forest trail. Now this is not what I consider the true Colombian jungle. My hopes is that we can get Todd there before he leaves, because I always love a good jungle hike, and I'm sure he will too. But one of the cool things about this forest is It's just outside of Medellin, and it's an example of preservation and how they've protected the forest. Now, that's something that Todd's been into most of his life as director of the Forest Preserve. He's also big into restoration. We did notice that there's a lot of non-native species here, so it was just kind of interesting to be able to walk around, look at the park, look at the nature, the difference in the flora and the fauna, and just kind of get lost in the nature. But anyway, we're headed back to the city.
A little walk through the forest, and then another one through downtown City Centro.
Yeah, we're gonna have to walk through the rain a little bit too, because being in the high jungle, we just started getting a little rain, so beat that. But that'll be interesting to go from basically jungle forest to right in the middle of the beehive.
And we just had a little Colombian coffee. Now, Todd is not a coffee drinker. The first full cup of coffee you had was in Guatemala, right?
Yep, at Cafe Freddy's. Yeah, when we
Cafe
did the coffee
Freddy?
tour.
So how do you like this Colombian coffee compared to the Guatemala coffee?
Well, I like that too because it was a latte and it was a little sweeter. The Colombian or the Guatemalan coffee was just black, I think. I don't know. Did we have sugar in it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It was just,
Yeah, it's coffee.
It wasn't bad. It was strong.
Yeah. So a bit of a spoiler, it started raining as we drank our coffee here at Parque RV, but we're headed down, and you could see the water in places just running down the mountain. The watershed is pretty crazy, so it'll be interesting to see how these little communities down the hill handle all this water. It is definitely coming down. It's a river. So just kind of keeping an eye on what happens to the water as it comes down through these houses, this neighborhood right here. You can see some of the roads just turn into rivers. But with all the different metal roofs, tin roofs and things like that, I imagine there's some homes that are getting wet today, unfortunately. So if you're watching it, wondering about the watershed, if you look over there, just to the left of those stairs, you can see water just pouring out, and it's coming down these stairs. And then look at that motorcycle right there. It's almost getting washed away, but a lot of water just pouring down the stairs, eroding through the thing. And look over here, just turned the road into a river. So if you can see right over there, that bus is kind of hanging off of the road. And it's come down that hill, but there's so much water, it's just racing down there. And there's that motorcycle right there, so the bus, it can't get any further over, so it's stuck right there, but you can just see all the water pouring down the road. And right now, the cable cars are closed. So we're stranded up here. The roads are locked down, flooded, the cable car shut down and we got nowhere to go. Yeah, that motorcycle's in the way. See a place for beer or something. Let's go grab one. All right, here. That was pretty crazy. The cable car was down because of the rain, so we stopped off, had a beer, took a break, waited for it to open back up. The rain has let up, and we have made it back to City Centro. You guys may recognize this building right here, but we're gonna go for a little walk. The guy, Botero, is the artist who made these statues. Botero is a very famous artist. And you can see all these sculptures and he donated them to the city. This is another part of cultural inclusion, how next to the train stops there's cultural activities, a way to make these things accessible to everybody instead of just the rich. Uno para. Ah, perfecto. Gracias. Thank you. Try it. All right, Todd's trying his first buñuelo. What do you think?
It's like a not so sweet donut.
Not too sweet donut? Like a cake donut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cakier inside, but just as crusty, kind of crusty on the outside.
Yeah. Just a little sweet, not much. Buñuelos. Cheers, guys. Greasy, but tasty.
Here's an adventure, here's a change. It might take a minute, but you'll be A-okay. Here's a sky for the pie and everything is possible. Here's an invitation, let's take a step. It might be improv, but it's excellent. Take a breath and you'll see there's no better place to be. Out on a limb and taking the stage. Here's one for the masses, they'll be laughing for days. Have you ever heard something so wonderful? The world is yours. Yeah, it's your time.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!